Am I on the air? 1, 2, 3. Am I on the air? Am I on the air? Oh, it's me again. Anyway, I had a real great video somewhere on this computer that I can't seem to get onto YouTube because it's about 4 minutes too long. Thank you, YouTube. Anyway, I was covering my usual baloney about conspiracy theories, CCSVI, the liberation treatment, and let's see, I'm currently anti-Sabri. I probably have covered this in a previous video, but probably had the disease since I was about 12 or 13, when I started to see halos around lights and get focal headaches, and I got a weak neck too. Well, the weak neck kind of seems to have come back a little bit in a different way. Now it's a little bit of a bobblehead. Let's see. I was thinking about different things, and my video last night was better because my wife came through the door, interrupted me. I pulled a little picture out. I knocked the camera off at the top of the monitor there, and I was a little bit less nasal. For some reason right now I'm nasal. But anyway, it's going to be a shorter file, and I'm going to be a little bit more to the point. Ampera strikes my mind right now. I hear it helps some people, maybe 30% or something like that. They're going to try me on it, and it's not because I don't have walking speed. It's that I can't stand. And not to say I can't stand, but I sway and I fidget and saying to myself, where's the railing, where's the walker, where's the thing I can hold on to. I suppose that could be rectified with a cane or a walker if you just kind of wedged it into the floor and leaned on it a little bit. At least you'd think you were holding on to something. But anyway, I'm still very interested in Paleo Zamboni's liberation treatment. I did have some issues where I could feel and hear my pulse alongside my ears, behind my ear, up in the side of my head, when I was in adolescence before I was even diagnosed. I didn't want to tell anyone because I was a funny kid and was convinced I probably had a tumor or an aneurysm or something. But anyway, to make a long story short, I'm still anti-Sabri. Anti-Sabri probably has helped quite a few things, and but I'm just kind of looking at what's the next step here. Mouse antibodies, Ty-Sabri, whatever. What's the next step? Someone mentioned, I think it was nitrous oxide, and I was watching their video on it. That's interesting. Nitrous oxide being something like a brain byproduct to improve circulation or something like that. That is interesting. Also, evidence of iron being left in the brain, and then subsequently you get MS plaques. Sounds possible to me. I have not done much more research on. I'm checking my time here to make sure I don't go over. Not done too much more research on people's testimony that are post CCSVI. Anyway, I'm getting up for a second. Thank God I still can. What is this? And I am going to keep this one shorter because I am not going to let YouTube make me fuss around and try to figure out how to split a video in two, which I probably could figure out, but I'm not going to do it. Anyway, I held up this crazy picture, which was me and my wife when I was about 27, I think. Well, somewhere around there, 26. I don't know, age or MS attack. I think it's a little bit of both. Or scruffy hair. Could be that too. But then there's this one. And I can't do it yet. That's it. That's still me. Scruffy hair though. Hand in pocket. You can tell the hand in the pocket's a cheat. But anyway, hand in pocket is a cheat for a little bit of sway. It's like anti-sway, helps with balance. But anyway, I'm filling words with anyway, which I think is pretty classic. But I come from a family where there's me, one brother, one sister, and probably another sister with MS. So that would make a total of 4 out of 5 with MS. And I live in a town where people are so mad they would like a demographic study on maybe why there's so much MS in this town, although I think there are worse towns and there may be worse family case histories. But Yale, I'm from Connecticut, Yale, New Haven was very interested in genetic testing on me and a brother in the year 2000, but all of a sudden they dropped it like a lead balloon. I don't know. But they did go from being very interested to dropping it like a lead balloon. It was probably just, I think, a changing of the guard of doctors and what have you. But anyway, I'm interested a lot in familial MS. I want to know who else has brothers or sisters or parents who has a cluster of 3 out of 5 or something like that, or a brother or sister. They know there's some kind of genetic component and stuff like that. And so anyway, another thing I was talking about was symptom management. Alright, if we got the disease and the damage is there, how do we get around the best we can? How do we meet ourselves halfway, so to speak, and say, okay, today I'm going to use a cane. I don't need it when I'm on a dead walk, but when I'm standing around I do. But I'm pretty annoyed with the disease. It's taken a lot from me. I know it's taken me a lot more from a lot of other people. I know I am one of the lucky ones. But it's still like something that gets inside your head and inside your nervous system, and it sort of makes you feel like you aren't you. And that's pretty vile, I think, to anyone. Pardon me while I scratch the edge of the nose. I would look a lot better if I shaved and got a haircut, but that's besides the point. I'm not really in the mood to even contemplate that right now. But anyway, what I'm after is ideas, symptom management, other people, and I really think it's getting to the point where we have to march on Washington, D.C., whether some of us push other people's chairs. At least we'll use the chairs as walkers and we'll get down there. I'm not kidding. It's been done before. But anyway, my name is Tom, and it won't be too hard to figure out. I wouldn't mind an email from anybody who's got ideas. And I think one of the most promising things I've seen so far is Zamboni and that reflux, along with that, and I'm looking at my time, I better shut up, but Zamboni and that reflux, but it's like we're having to fight to get it. But anyway, my name is Tom, and I'm looking for anyone else who's a little bit of a conspiracy theorist and is a little bit anti-pharmaceutical, meaning there's money in MS, we know it, and I'm looking for other ideas. Anyway, I wouldn't mind emails. I don't care. My email is OB1, number 1, but like Obi-Wan Kenobi, but OB1, OB1. So O is in Oscar, B is in Baker, number 1. Then it repeats one more time. O is in Oscar, B is in Baker, number 1. 555 at hotmail.com. and I'm almost out of time, at hotmail.com. I'm sure you can rewind that. And my phone number, I don't even really care. You can look me up. I'm not a deviant, and I assume any deviant out there doesn't want anything to do with me. I mean, come on now. If anyone feels like, I guess maybe what I'm trying to start is a little bit of a, maybe, I don't know, some kind of group, activism group or something, I don't know. But phone number is 860, once again that's 860-379-3046. And you can backtrack that, it won't be my name, but I'm definitely here, and maybe I'll pin this up in a couple places, but I'm now at 10 minutes, 56, I better stop. But I'm curious to hear from other people who are curious and fed up. Alright, stopping. Have a good week. I'll be back like a bad habit.